Previously on Dungeons and Dragons MDT.
Having escaped the Hollow Desert, having tickets to the fashion show of the century, being hosted by Amalia de Lyrandar, the matriarch of the powerful family, the Lyrandars.
A B-list celebrity, popular in music halls, but not really of the same sort of class as celebrity chefs, has snuck over a wall and is currently halfway stuck into a portal. Their name is Scully the Horseman.
Scully the Horseman. The requirements for this ship and the party are pretty tight, but we've been hired by someone you don't need to know, who's afraid there's a threat to the matriarch's life.
No! The barrels are full of baby worms.
Barrels are full of
worm attack.
Well, look, I'll tell you straight now. I had a dream, and I normally have a lot of dreams, and they're usually right, but nearly 50% of the time, I had a dream that someone on the ship was going to be a traitor. You see that the man in the purple cloak with the raven black hair sort of looks at the unmarked barrels, is like tapping on them and just like twists a knife into one of them, and just a hint of green gas leaks out and it sort of dissipates into the air. And he looks out the window again, looks at the arcane device he's measuring. He's like, too soon. Come on. And then you get a dreadful sense come over you that in 2 turns something quite catastrophic will happen, and that you have 2 turns to prevent that from happening. Hello and welcome back to D&D MDT, the case conference that keeps on coming, here for another healthy dose of adventuring fun. My name is CJ. I am your DM for this evening. Say hi, Case Conferencing Crusaders.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, everybody. A couple of things first before we kick into the game. I've been doing it wrong, and apparently I'm supposed to ask if you are enjoying what we're doing and you want to spend a good message of D&D, feel free to give us a like, a subscribe, share the message. This is good, fun stuff, and if you like D&D, spread the message. I have a book out.
Yay!
Yay.
I'll put the image up, clean up. But it's Slay Dragons, Live Better, The Surprising Science of D&D and Wellbeing. It's up on Amazon. So if you want to read about all the studies people have done on D&D and what they're doing with it, have a read. It's great. I'm biased. Olivia, you were at a tabletop con, weren't you, for Who's on First Watch recently?
Yeah, so my Dagger Heart podcast that I'm a part of, Who's on First Watch, went to Tabletop Con 2026. It was so much fun, so cool to meet other TTRPG creators and board game makers. We got to do a live show, which was terrifying, but absolutely amazing. It was just so cool to meet so many different people. It was awesome.
Love it. Welcome back to the Reginald Butterbottom, the 15th, at the fashion show of the century. Our heroes, having infiltrated the said fashion show, were investigating a potential threat on the life of Matriarch of the Lyrandar family. Investigating a few potential suspects, they narrowed it down to 4 potential candidates, but they were interrupted as deep in the hold, Pan discovered some sort of sinister crew attempting to do something with a series of barrels. They found barrels marked with X with gunpowder. They found mystery barrels that they couldn't quite make heads nor tails of. And just as they were investigating, the crew of dull-gaunt worm beings attacked and grappled them, and with some keen spells, they were able to drive them back. But now they've caught the attention of the raven-haired, purple-cloaked man with just a hint of rot on his cheeks. Adventurers, we are in the middle of combat. You are ever closer to finding the clue to what the hollow eye is and who is behind it. We are going to jump straight into the top of the round, and I'm going to double check who's up first. So up first are the Dolgorns, and when we get to it, I want to make sure we're honest here with the initiative. Yeah, you guys had a poor roll with initiative, so the first of you who's going to be going is Madaz. If someone wants to pilot Madaz, because he's not here, you can, and then it'll be Elwyn who'll be the first of you to go. So we have Dolgorns, Doggaunt A, Doggaunt B, and Doggaunt C are all looking at Van Helsing. Arum has teleported in between the Doggaunts and the sinister Ravencloak man. I think, given she's teleported there, Doggaunt A is going to have an attack on Van Helsing. Its tongue's been snipped by clutch use of magic missile last turn. Let's go for multi-attack. That's fun. 20 will hit. That does 8 damage to Van Helsing. It can't do the other one because the tentacle was snipped. Doggaunt B is going to do the same. Will miss. Doggaunt C is actually going to have a swipe at Arum, so it's going to come up here, get in range of Arum, and have a strike. 18 will hit. Can't grapple you because it also suffered damage previously. 10 damage to you, Arum. But you are resistant, so that's half.
Yeah.
How are you guys feeling about those sound effects with the dice disappear? I can turn those off.
Yes, please.
So, yeah, I'll look into that. All right. That is all the Doggons can do. And then it is a couple of people upstairs that you don't know what's going on. Libra Halo, who came down with you, is going to turn around and look to Romana and Elowen, sort of say, what do I do? And they'll act on your turn. Madaz is up. What do you think Madaz would do at this point? Who wants to pilot Madaz?
Joe's message saying that she can't come, so I'm happy to play Joe if someone else wants to play Madaz. Romana.
Is Madaz?
He is a
Yes.
Paladin, I believe. Oh, I think he'd be.
I reckon he'd
He-
flail at it.
Yeah.
I reckon he
He'd
uses
try and-
flail.
Get it.
So let's see if the new feature on D&D Beyond works, which is that we can just do things in map. He's going to charge up, get up next to Van Helsing, do character sheet. Oh, look at this. D&D Beyond loading at lightning pace. Oh, look at this. All right there in the map. Okay, let's do... He does have Blessing of Good and Evil up, so any attacks on him will be at disadvantage. Let's roll to attack. Actually, I haven't made a very easy to roll attack straight out of this. That's all right. Okay. Yep, flail it. 18 will hit. Oh, he can channel divinity too. 5 damage. Cool. Okay, 5 damage. Elowen, you are up as he sort of swipes that dog on.
Other end of the ship, and I need to go into the room to
yeah.
get them. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I will grab Romana like by the hand, and turn to her. We need to get in there, y'all, and burst through the door with the both of us. And then whoever I see is Colossus, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt. I'm just going to do it at first level because I don't really know what these guys are like yet. Everyone, I'm closest to maybe this guy over here. Yeah, I'll go for him.
Yeah, sure. Are you going to get like into combat range, or are you just going to hold off a little?
Oh yeah, maybe back it up a little bit. Maybe I don't need to be that close.
It's all right. It's your call, your narrative call. I will respect it either way.
Be right up in his
Guiding Bolt.
grill.
Go nuts.
Yeah. Let me do it on the thing. That's not what I want. Does that work? Oh, I'm gonna say that misses.
I think we will miss.
Yeah. I've had a bit to drink. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll lay off the sauce next time.
Got some Shadowheart level guarding bolt there for anyone who's played Baldur's Gate.
Rude. Yeah, that's. I don't think is anybody near me that needs healing that is hit? No, I can't do any healing as a bonus action, can I?
You can't do a spell, anything with a spell. You don't do one spell slot per turn is the way D&D 24. I try to remember it. So you could do a bonus action one, but if it's something with a spell slot, you can't do it in the same turn as Guiding Bolt.
Oh, can I cast resistance on someone? These guys are like necrotic-y, hey.
Yep.
Yes? No?
I don't remember.
Because
What is
I
resistant?
remember I've got my crown on. I've got the crown on. It gives me necrotic defense against necrotic. And
You
that's
do?
just what we were doing last time. Okay. Helsing is right in front of me, so I'm gonna just put my hand on him and say, "Resist this, bitch." That's me.
So you get which type of damage? Necrotic resistance?
Necrotic. Yeah. So resistance against necrotic. So
So-
creature reduces the total damage taken by 1d4.
Very, very good. Clutch choice. Okay. That countdown timer is ticking away. You see those barrels just itching for something to happen. Pan, you're up.
So I'm looking at these barrels here. Will it be possible to sort of sneak through around them behind Elgorn A and B and still have a cast a spell, do you think? Or is that way blocked?
Yeah, you could certainly do that.
I'm trying to get up there to help Arum, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you could get around it. You could
Sussing it out.
take your movement.
He's only a little guy. Could
Yeah,
squeeze
it'll
through.
take about 30 feet of movement. That'd be fine.
So if I moved up about there. And you might remember that Pan is an atheist. He doesn't believe he can cast any cleric spells, but without him doing anything, his amulet starts warming up and shining, and he sends out a guiding bolt against Dolgaunt C, the one who's going for Arum.
Yep.
Which, that's not so good. 11.
11 won't hit.
Oh,
What are you guys
yeah.
doing?
I gotta
no.
roll better.
What's
I
happening?
gotta roll better.
That's okay.
We're all freaked out.
As you cast your spell and your pendant lights up, anyone with a passive perception above 11 would notice that the guy in the purple cloak sort of looks at Pam with interest and just like calculating eyes.
Oh no.
Mm.
Arum, you materialize in the midst of the battle. Tell me how this looks and what are you going to do?
I think she just sort of goes from this sort of ghostly figure back into her usual deathly pale self. It's not all that much different. She's just not translucent anymore. And oh damn it. I'm going to cast Bane
Ooh.
on the big purple guy.
Okay.
I can choose up to 3 creatures within my 30-foot range. So he's just within the 30 feet. So I'm going to pick him, the one behind me, and the other closest one. They need to make charisma saving throws of 13.
Charisma saving throws of 13.
Yeah.
So purple coat guy does pass. Who were the other two? So the closest two.
The closest to.
Yep.
Damn it.
The one closest to you does not pass. Second one. So where's the Marbane? Well done.
As a bonus action, I am. Oh, damn. This is. Yeah. I am going to use my second Blessing of the Raven Queen and teleport so I don't get a opportunity attack to directly behind the bad guy.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Love it.
Straight to the point.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to be in melee combat range, or do you want to be
Yeah.
a little inside? Okay.
Sorry.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I'm
Do you
just
say anything
pretty
as you arrive?
close
I'll give you a
enough.
reaction
No.
to throw some banter.
I would like to try and be sneaky. I just want to look like I disappear. I'm hoping he doesn't notice me.
Roll me a stealth check, just to see
Pass
how
it,
like
love
this
of
now.
Huh.
And then Romana and Van Helsing can go. Tom, we'll say Van Helsing goes first, and then Ella, and you can decide what you would like Romana to do. Bill.
Pass it.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, you're pretty confident he didn't see you rematerialize near him initially in the chaos of combat.
Cool. Awesome. Hopefully
Then
out
he'll-
of sight, out of
Whatever.
mind.
As you teleport there, Arum, you notice that you're right on the edge of... There's like a drop bay underneath the barrels. You notice you're right on the edge of that. You're not currently standing on it. You're right on the edge. You also notice a lever to your side. Big red
Yeah.
lever.
Don't pull it.
I'm trying to figure out a way to stop that from moving.
What would you like to do, Van Helsing?
I'm going to try and run Doggett B through with my longsword. Like that one.
A 4 won't do it.
Yeah.
I think it's the D&D Beyond dice.
Maybe it's the latest patch update.
Yeah.
Everyone has to roll like bad.
Yeah.
It skewed it into the DM's favor.
Didn't go well.
No. You do notice with your passive perception, as you sort of fire a shot, you see the guy in the purple cloak also looks at you and is like, again, calculating, but almost a flick of recognition or a similarity. You're not sure. Something's calculated in his eyes. And he turns back to the barrels. You're not quite sure. Also, on your turn, please roll me a d20, just a luck check. Just a straight d20. And Ella, when you're on deck with whatever you would like Romana to do.
Who's rolling that D20?
You can.
You.
Roll me flat d20.
That came out as a 4.
Okay. With a 4, as your longbow shot pierces instead the roof, some of the paneling comes loose, and Scully, the horseman, falls through the gaps and into the field of combat. I will put him on the map. And Ellen, you tell me what you would like for Romana.
Mana is going to cast Magic Missile.
Oh, yeah.
And she's going to try and aim for all of the Dorgonts with one go. Yeah.
Yep. Do you want to target one to each, or do you want to concentrate on one?
One each.
Yep, sure. Go for it. So they all hit with magic missile. Just roll damage.
Let me get my... I don't trust the... But anymore, D&D Beyond, I'm sorry. You screwed me over once. You don't get another one. All right. A gets 3, B gets 3, and C gets 2.
Okay. They are looking... Some of them are looking rough. A is looking fairly robust. B is looking on its last limbs, and C is looking okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but B really looks hurt if you wanted to focus down any of them. Yeah. I think that's all Romana can do.
Yeah, she can't cast another spell. She can't cast shield on herself, can she? I don't think so.
No, that would, I think that would be a reaction. Anyway. Yeah. Cool. The purple cloaked guy turns around, doesn't see Arum, despite being so close, clearly distracted by combat, and looks at you all, calculates the numbers, and is going to use at Scully the horseman, raise it, and a purple pustulant bolt shoots out and strikes Scully, and rot just erupts across his torso and falls to the ground unconscious as boils just track over his skin.
Oh, God.
And he just turns. Yes, more compost is good. Yes. And turns back to the barrels, sort of calculating the elevation. And you've got one turn before something quite severe happens.
Oh, no.
Top of the round. The Dogorns, they cannot see Arum. So Dogorn C is going to move up towards Pan. And they're all going to take swings. They're going to do their tentacle attacks. It's classic. Why not do it? These guys don't have a lot of range in their attacks. Okay. So 2 hit. So Pan, you take the other 2 hits. My dad's takes a hit, and then Wilson takes a hit. 5 damage and 5 damage.
Sorry, 5 was it?
Libra Halo is going to sort of like peek around the corner. This is one of the people you thought might have been in charge of the Matriarch assassination attempt, but seems to have been cleared by Romana. She is going to...
Can I look back
An
at her
arcane
being
burst.
like, can I look back at her and say, get your ass in here and help us, for crying out loud?
She rolls
That
an
was
arcane
not
burst.
helpful.
Doesn't help. That's all she can do. This is rolling terribly.
We're all gonna die.
Elwyn, you were up. Roll me a d20 at the start of your turn.
I'm too nervous. That landed right on the edge of my thing. It didn't. Sorry. I'm just trying to say I had to roll it again. Fuck, that's a 2.
The 2. You actually wanted
Not a
to.
1.
With a 2, what happens is Anthracia, the Princess of Venom, the
Oh,
supermodel
God.
from above, drops through the same hole Scully the Horseman fell down. She narrowly dodges Scully the Horseman's unconscious body. And she is going to have a look, see Dern, see the Dolgaunts, and she's going to throw a missile thorn at one of the Dolgaunts.
Oh no!
Rolls a 10 and doesn't hit.
Wow.
This is weird.
These NPCs think sucks.
What's drinking up the party?
Elwyn, you're up.
Question.
Yep.
Casting spiritual weapon, that's a bonus action, right? So I could do like inflict wound. No, maybe not inflict wounds because I don't think I can get there. But like guiding bolt or something, and then cast spiritual weapon as a bonus action. Is that correct?
It depends on if it's a cantrip. So D&D 24 rules, you can cast one spell that is a spell slot, and you can also cast a cantrip. Because spiritual weapon is a spell slot, you could not cast that and another spell slot spell. You could cast spiritual weapon as a bonus action and a cantrip as your main.
Okay.
If you want to.
So I think I'm gonna cast spiritual weapon in front of purple cloak guy, and it's just gonna be like a giant crystal, and I'm gonna try and bonk him on the head with it.
Yeah. You're targeting purple cloak guy.
Yeah, Drain.
Dern.
He's within 60 feet of me, right?
Yeah, we'll say so.
Or do I need to?
I'm
move?
going to push him point to spiritual weapon because I can't find a crystal.
That's okay. An exclamation point is great.
Okay. But yeah, roll for attack with spiritual weapon.
30-20.
Whoop, that'll hit. That'll hit.
Okay. 8 plus Q. Where's the D8? 3.
3. Okay.
1
damage.
plus 3. And then I would cast Sacred Flame, which is a cantrip, on B because he's right in front of me. Dolgaunt B because he's right in front of me.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. That's a natural 20 that time.
Very nice. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. That'll be enough to polish them off. You can roll if you want for flavor, but they don't have enough to really survive. So
I'll just yell out to Van Helsing and Daz and just be like, duck, y'all, duck! And throw my hands up as flames erupt from my hands.
Very nice. Yeah, so you sense the tide of battle start to shift as you clear a path through the Dolgaunts towards this man. Pan, you're up. You see a Dolgaunt in front of you. You see this man tinkering with the barrels. You sense that something ominous is going to happen soon. What do you do?
So we said a cantrip and a spell, didn't we? So I've actually got Firebolt as a cantrip, which I'd like to cast first on the Dolgaunt.
Yep. Hang on, let me check. Is Firebolt a bonus action, though? So it is an action. So you would not be able to do both because you need an action to cast. Yeah, so you can only cast a bonus action spell cantrip. if that makes sense. So you can cast a regular spell as your action, and then your bonus action cantrip has to be a bonus action, not casting time of an action.
All right.
Yeah.
In that case, I just really want to hit the purple guy. So can I ignore the Dolgaunt, climb up on one of these barrels? I can't make it to the purple guy, can I, to do a touch? Well, I don't want to be on the trapdoor anyway. Climb up on
You can
top of
get
the
there.
barrel.
The
I can get
Dolgaunt will take a swipe
there.
of you if you leave range, but you can get there.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to head for the purple guy. This is make or break sort of stuff. I'm going to try and push the Dolgaunt out of the way, run up to the purple guy, and cast. Well, it's not really me. It's the deity. He's going to cast Inflict Wounds.
You say 7 points of damage as the Dolgaunt swipes at you as you leave its range. How close do you get to?
All right. Sorry, you broke up a bit there.
You take 7 points of damage as the Dolgaunt swipes at you. How close do you get to the purple guy?
Still alive.
Good.
Close enough to just lay a finger on him.
Okay.
And cast Inflict Wounds, which is a touch-based spell. He has to do a Constitution save.
Constitution save coming up.
14, I believe. Constitution 14.
Oh, he does not save.
All right. So now, that's 3d10 of damage.
That's pretty good.
12.
12.
I think for better.
You see, it's pretty good. You see, he takes damage, and for the first time, he's taken significant damage. And you see, he looks down. Where do you hit him for the inflict wounds? What part of your body do you like slap a hand on and?
Yeah, so I'm envisaging him sort of, I don't know, hands by his side. So I've just sort of reached out and just sort of touched his hand with my finger.
You touch his hand and you see it starts to rot and the hand goes black as your pendant interacts with it. And then it's almost like the rot pauses and roils and it starts to heal up in a festering mass. And he looks down and looks at you and is like, unpredicted. Variable new.
He's a robot.
And he seems to be on the cusp of doing something. You're not sure what, but you think you might have just changed what he was going to do. Would you like to do anything else with your turn or say anything?
Yeah, I might talk to him. Who are you? What are you doing?
And he sort of looks at you and says, I am Dern, Lord of Rot, second Herald of the Hollow Eye. And I am breathing new life into the compost.
Could you stop it, please?
Sorry.
You can roll me a charisma.
He doesn't really know how to
persuasion with disadvantage if you would really like to for that, but it's your choice.
Yeah, let's give it a go. Why not? With disadvantage, you say. It's already a 5, so it's not gonna. No, 5 and 11.
No, not gonna do it.
It's worth
a shot. But yeah, you think you have achieved something. You're not quite sure what yet. It is still possible for you guys to salvage this situation thanks to what Pan has just done. Arum, what do you do?
Oh dear. Okay. I take one step to the side so that I have flanking with Pan. And I'm going to stab him in the back with my Worm Slayer sword.
Go for it.
See if that does something. Okay. 19.
19 will hit.
Yes. Okay.
Welcome up, Bessie.
Okay, so 1d 10 plus 2. 8 plus 6 points of necrotic damage.
6 points of necrotic damage. Where do you stab him?
It's two-handed. I'm sort of just coming up from behind and I'm going for up under his armpit. We're going for the in between the ribs.
Okay. As you slide it into his ribs, you see he looks down, and for the first time you see not just cold calculation, but something more emotive in his eyes. You see a flare, a fire, a flicker, and he looks down at you and just whispers, "Phoenixia, thought you were dead, lying beneath the ground." Oh, and he sort of like suddenly is very uncertain of himself. As you do that, he's going to use. Sorry, you finish your turn, and I'll tell you what he does.
Okay. And as a bonus action, I'm casting Shield of Faith on myself.
Sure. Is
The
Shield of
bonus
Faith
action.
a cantrip?
No, but I didn't cast a spell. I stabbed him.
You did not. I apologize. That is my error.
So my AC has a +2.
Yep. At the end of your turn, he is going to use a legendary action and teleport. So you see,
But he's
sort
away from the lever. Yes?
Yeah, so you see he gets panicked for a second with the sword in him, and he can see that instead of the... You know when Pan hit him and it sort of just roiled around but sort of partially healed him? You see that this wound isn't healing. And something about that really freaks him out. And he clicks his fingers and just evaporates on the spot and disappears from the hold of the ship. And you think he's probably just popped outside the ship using teleport, and suddenly he's no longer in the hold. You still have 2 Dolgorns, but they are quite wounded, and he is no longer in the hold of the ship.
Okay.
He's gone?
Yeah, from here, would I be able to tell from the type of way he disappeared that it was a short or a long range teleport? Are we talking a Misty Step or a Dimension Door sort of situation?
Yeah, just roll me a DC 15 Arcana check.
Okay. It's only a 14.
You don't know. You can't be entirely sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see 2 Dolgorns remaining, but suddenly the threat level has dropped significantly. Romana is up, and I will say that unless you guys would like to play this out piece by piece, I will say you are able to finish off the Dolgorns based on the sheer numbers you have, with the leader now left, the hold, unless you would like to do something specific for flavor.
This is going to be magic missile again.
Yeah. Everyone just roll me a general perception check as the man in the purple cloak, Dern, leaves the hold. Just roll me a general perception check.
17.
20 for 9 for Elowin and 7 for Ramada.
Okay. Pretty high rolls. Van Helsing, you were the only one who catches this with a 20.
I got a dirty 22.
Oh, you got a dirty 20. So both of you would see this. A fragment of paper. You think it's paper, but then you look and it's actually very aged stone, and it's worn thin, worn almost as thin as papyrus. It seems impossibly thin for stone, but you find a carved stone tablet that has dropped to the ground, and you, from an immediate glance, you see that it refers to something called the 7 keys, and that's all you can see immediately. Do you guys approach it? Do you pick it up? What do the rest of you do?
I poke it with the sword first and then pick it up.
Jerry says, "Stop using me as a tool. I'm a
I needed
famous
to check it wasn't worms."
Did you see what I did to that guy? What
yeah, it was great. You're really clever. I'm really glad you're my friend. You're really, really cool.
And I've got no downsides.
No, you're a really nice guy. I really like having you around, Jerry.
Can I cast Locate Object on the cloak that Dern was wearing?
The cloak that Dern was wearing? Yeah. Yes, you could. Absolutely. Go nuts.
Cool.
What do you get from Locate Object? So Locate Object, you sense the direction of the object's location if it is within 1,000 feet of you. You get that Dern's cloak is booking it very fast to the east. Almost out of your range, in fact.
Okay. So you see me sit down on the ground in a lotus position, and I bring my middle finger and my thumb together, and you just see me close my eyes, and this like meditating hum like starts to emanate from me. And then like I snap my eyes open, And I just take off running back down the hallway to where I'm sensing this guy.
Oh, sorry. East is in like he is flying
boat.
away from the ship.
Oh, he's like off
Like-
the boat.
Yeah, like as in you were
Oh.
high in the air, and this guy is like booking it through the clouds
Oh,
away from you.
Okay, I thought he went like east on the boat, and I was gonna be like,
No.
let's go that way. Oh, okay. In that case, rewind. I snap my eyes open, and I look to the rest of the group and say, "Y'all, he's left. He's gone. He's not on this ship anymore. He is out of here. I think we've missed our chance. What are we doing with that stuff?" And I point to the barrels that are near Arum and Pan.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
investigate the barrels.
This is
Pan's-
important. You tell me what you do to investigate the barrels.
Well, Pan.
Before Pan touches anything, I'm gonna walk over to him as well and cast Bless on him.
Oh yeah, actually, I
Um,
might cast Healing Word on myself too first
Sure.
before we do anything else. Just,
Yeah, so that's
Being
a
in
that's a
that kind of-
1d4 20 save spells, Pan.
well, I got 11 hit points back from that anyway. So there we go. So I mean, I wasn't going to open anything just yet, although he is a curious guy, is Pan. But I was going to walk over and have a look at the barrels, probably tap the sides, see if there's something in it, see if anything moves, maybe see if anything makes any noise inside. Is it full
Sure.
of worms, for example, is the kind of thing I'm looking for?
Roll me an investigation check. Just to paint the scene while he's doing that, you have a few celebrities down in the hole with you. Scully the Horseman is unconscious. This Codex
yeah, shit.
Fragment is on the floor. Upstairs, the Matriarch continues the party, presumably. There is a threat of assassination. You're not sure if that was what this was or something else is going on, but you think it's probably related. Who knows?
Van Helsing goes and checks on Scully Horseman.
Sure.
Checks if he's still alive.
Yeah, he is unconscious. There is a pulse. You could try to stabilize him with a medicine check if you wanted, or you could get someone to cast a healing spell. It wouldn't be too hard. There's plenty of people around.
Yeah. Can Van Helsing cast a healing? He had something.
Yeah, I think you have like one or two spells.
Yeah, I'm just checking that now.
While you
If
check
you
that,
read
with a 10 Pan, you clonk your sword against it, Dunk, and it doesn't sound like solid objects inside. It sounds almost like a gas container. So the barrel sounds like more like it is filled with a gaseous form rather than solid worms.
Right. Sounds like the sort of thing we shouldn't open then.
Probably not a good idea.
It's still tempting though, isn't it?
Does everyone want
Um,
to take a step back and I can cast elementalism and maybe lift the lid off of one of these without anybody touching it?
Then what if the gas
But if it's a
gets out
gas-
like a really bad fart?
It's a risk.
Can I, because I've got speak with animals, can I pull that little out that I've got in a glass case,
You can.
wearing a top hat and tails, and ask him if he knows anything about these barrels? What's all this about then, worm?
The worm is still in a top hat and monocle. He still has that timepiece and he's clicked it shut. It's no longer ticking. He says, I'll answer a question of yours if you answer one of mine.
I suppose that sounds like a fair trade.
You're a
You
cleric.
go first, though.
You're a cleric of no god. Where do your powers come from?
Worm, I can only assume. I'm sure you're familiar, Worm, with the conservation of energy, one of the fundamental laws of the universe. If these
I know.
powers involve producing energy, that energy has to come from somewhere. I can only
I'm a
assume there's
worm.
some realm beyond ours.
I understand
Some
things
realm
wrong.
beyond ours. of
And I
which
know
there's
they're in.
energy, but then if it's expended here. Yes. Similarly, I suppose, the can't work rotting into it. Something about this amulet is channeling energy that gets expended here, but there must be a cost somewhere else.
Where'd you get the amulet?
Gods are just fairy tales for children. I found it in a chest in a library back at home. Actually, that's a few questions now, Worm. How about you answer?
I know. I'm cunning.
What's in these barrels? Yes, you are clever. I'll have to remember
Seems
that.
like worm gas. Make more worms.
Worm gas makes more worms. As in,
I'm sorry,
it
Pam.
infects
Did you just say
humans?
worm gas?
Worm gas, yes. Sorry, this is a very one-sided conversation you're listening to.
Yeah.
As I hold up a worm in a glass. Yes, sorry everyone. The worm is telling me that it's worm gas and makes more worms.
I'm going to start talking to my sword, having another one-sided conversation, and ask him if he knows anything about worm gas.
Little odd group all having
Conversations with ourselves.
Yeah, you see a couple of things. You see Anthracia, the Princess of Venom, is sort of like peeled off with Libra halos, just like looking at you guys like, who invited them? And then Jerry says to you, Arum, sounds like mind flayer gas. They used it at the end of the war to turn citizens into mind flayers and various other monstrosities. Deadly stuff.
I repeat that to the rest of the group. Jerry says it's mind flare gas, not just worm gas, special gas. They used to use it in the war.
mind flare.
Yo, that does not sound good. Can either one of you ask how to get rid of it?
I think we'd probably both simultaneously look at our single-sided conversation item and ask, how do we get rid of it?
How do we get rid of it? Safely.
Like, that wasn't my problem. It's kind of like our weapon. It's like asking, the guy who fires the nuke's not really worried about the cleanup. Tom, Van Helsing is able to stabilize Scully the Horseman while this is going on. He sort of
fantastic.
comes up with a gasp, but you can see that even stabilized, his wounds look terrible. Like there's ongoing infection or rot or something with his wounds. That Codex fragment is still sitting there. Party continues above. What do you guys do?
Yeah. Can I ask Arum, what's that you've got? Can I have a look at it?
Yeah, I bring over the Codex thing and I'll say it's got pretty pictures on it, but I don't understand what it means.
Sure. Do you want to roll me investigation or arcana or history, whatever you would like to do?
Okay.
Either of you looking at it can do it.
I'll do an arcana.
Yep.
I'll do an investigation.
I got an 18 for arcana.
Okay. 18 with arcana and...
And I got an 11 on investigation.
With an 11, Van Helsing, you know this looks old. This looks hundreds, if not thousands of years old. You've seen many ruins traveling the wilds, and although your memory is patchy and you certainly have your memory issues, you remember seeing ruins that look younger than this Codex fragment. This is a fragment that is damaged, but you see a reference to the 7 keys, and you see a line underneath that says the lens has 7 keys to unlock. And you see an image of an eye in the center of the fragment. So you see an eye in the center of the fragment and 6 things around it. You see the key of the Dark Lotus beneath a black lotus symbol. You see a mountain with a key inserted called the Hearthstone key. To the bottom right, the key of belief with a series of clouds and a shroud. To the south of this fragment, you see the key of the worm touched. I'll put this up in our chat afterwards. And a serpent emerging from that. To the bottom left, you see the key of the quiet grave. And to the northwest, you see the key of memory. So an eye, 6 items around it, and the 7 keys, and the line that the lens has 7 keys.
Well, I'm
Pan and Elwyn, you can also roll something if you wish, depending on if you guys want to get up and look at this thing. Keeping in mind that there's an uncertain artifact of uncertain age.
Was that
Yes, definitely have a
was that just was that just the investigation, or was that the arcana check as well?
So that's a mix of investigation and arcana. With the arcana check, you can tell that this thing is in itself not particularly magical. It has some sort of magical binding that has allowed it to survive for so long. But you sense that it's more of a information storage device than any sort of inherent powerful magic in it itself. So there's magic in it, but it's mostly to do with maintaining the integrity of this fragment.
Okay.
Seeing them, both of them heads together, looking over this thing, I'll go over and take a look at it as well. After they sort of told me what they found, can I cast a religion check on it?
You can absolutely cast a religion check. Tom, I'm going to send you a message. Pan, would you like to do any checks?
Yes, I will. Maybe. Well, I might do an Arcana check as well.
Sure.
That is a 17 for religion.
It's
Okay.
10, so I don't think I found anything new.
Okay. Okay. I'll just send one message to Tom.
I have theories.
Okay. So with a 17 religion check, Elowen, you look at this and you draw on your understanding of religion from the Sunroot Circle and your family and your symbol of water lily's pulses. And you feel that symbol of water lily's pulse as you look at the key of the Dark Lotus. And something in your memory jogs, and you remember that your family always spoke of a withering grove that only bloomed once every 100 years. And it was somewhat of a, by the time someone might live a lifetime before the grove bloomed. But you remember that your family knew of a place where a single lotus would bloom every 100 years and then wither away in a matter of days. With that religion check, you also look at that and you think the lens has 7 keys. The lens has 7 keys. And you look at the eye symbol and you think, what does a lens do?
Sees things? You look through things? Helps, like glasses lens? Makes things see clearly? Sorry, I'm just rambling at this thing. Like I've shared the memory jog about the lotus and the withering grove, and you can just sort of hand the stone back to Arum. You just sort of see me pacing, going, the lens has 7, the lens has 7, and I'm just repeating it to myself, like trying to, like pacing up and down this ship, just repeating this over and over again, just trying to jog something
People
out of my brain.
also use lenses to focus an image. Maybe they're focusing something and they need 7 keys to focus the lens.
Suddenly, Van Helsing jumps up and goes running over to the bodies of the Dolgons and starts touching them everywhere. He can put his hands on skin.
Yep. Are you trying to find? Are you searching the bodies?
No. He's just literally touching them. He's mumbling to himself, "Worm touched."
Oh no!
Then he was like, I don't think you should be doing that. I don't think you should be doing that.
He says, "No, I must. I remember something. The worm touched, key of the worm touched. That's important, and I don't remember anything. So this must be important."
Yeah, okay, well, can we help? What are you looking for?
I don't know. I'm just touching worms.
Can we rephrase that?
I think you convinced him to stop touching anything that looked vaguely wormish. But he's very excited about remembering something.
Okay. As you touch the worms, you're sort of poking and prodding around. 2 things happen. Arum, you have a thought. Van Helsing, you're poking around the worms. Arum, as you are thinking what you said about what a lens does and about it refracts light, and you think, what happens when something that is asleep has light shone into it?
Wakes up.
The eyes open. Van Helsing. And as you do so, you're a man with gaps in his memory. You don't know where you came from. You don't know how you lost your memory. But as you put your hands on the Dolgaunt, something dredges up like a worm slithering through the soil to the surface to gather the first bits of rain. And you remember yourself standing in front of an old temple, old stone temple, as old as the mountain itself. And you are severely injured. You have a terrible cut on your torso. You're bleeding. And you stagger away from this temple. And your hand is just burnt and withered. And you stagger off into the mists around this temple with this deep sense of regret. And a sense that you are forgetting things. And then you flash back. And you're back in yourself.
I told you I had to touch worm. I've just remembered everything. And I tell everybody about the temple and the mortal wounds and no idea how I survived.
Does anyone else feel like we should find more worms for him to touch?
I don't know.
I realized how that sounded as it came out, but y'all know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay, hang on.
We still
my
have
God, we
Mel.
still have worm gas to deal with. There still might be an assassination upstairs.
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
There's also barrels
As
of
you say
gunpowder just sitting
assassination,
around here.
you hear this thud on the steps, and you hear step crack, and you see the matriarch of House Lyrandar slowly edging her way down the steps. Step, cane, thunk, step, cane, crack. And she looks across the lot of you in the hold and says, I bet someone should explain why my party's really gone to the shit.
I just point my sword at the dead worm people, and I just be like, they started it.
I have had too many margaritas. Please don't ask me to explain.
They are not good people. They're scary worm people, and they want to make more worm people. So we stop them from releasing the worm mind flare gas that would turn everybody into worm people.
There was a guy, and he was talking like a robot, and he just fucked off right out of here. He teleported, and he's away from here now. And then there's like gunpowder, and there's people remembering worms, and there's worm touching happening, and there's gas, and there's too much to do. There's too much to say. I don't know. And I just sit down on the floor and start going.
I come over and I reach into like one of your pockets and pull out one of your crystals, and I hand it to you.
Self-soothing crystal.
Yeah.
I just start going, bring it to my mouth, and just start going, like blowing on it.
Can we maybe do an insight check and ask her if she knows anything about what these barrels are? Were you aware of any of this?
Absolutely do that. You guys were looking at this codex. Do you hide the codex?
Yeah, I probably would have just put it in my bag.
Very good. You roll me a sleight of hand or stealth check.
Sure.
The matriarch, you may absolutely roll inside checks, anyone who's in the room. The matriarch will look at you all and say, we're going to need a few more margaritas. And she'll sort of click her hands.
Yes,
and sort of
21.
she's going to stomp down on a chair and sort of like kick her legs up. And Libra Halo runs up the stairs to grab some margaritas. You also see that Cog the Warforged comes down the stairs and peeks his head down and goes, hello. Everyone is still alive, I see. This is good. What do you guys get in your inside checks?
I got a 24.
Okay, 24. Bloody hell. Yeah. Yeah, no. With the 24.
Hyperventilating. I haven't done one.
With the 24, you think the matriarch is surprised to see this have happened. You think she expected something was going to go wrong, but she did not expect this. You think she is genuinely concerned for the safety of her party. You think with the 24, though, that Cog is very surprised that the barrels are still here and that nothing has been done to them, and that he is looking very nervously at the matriarch.
Cog, can we have a word?
Yes,
What
is a
did you know about these?
I know nothing.
Be
He's
honest
lying.
now.
I know nothing. Margarita.
Just put my hand up
Looking
again
like
and
the
say,
worm.
yes, please.
Libra Halo returns with a round of margaritas for everyone.
I got a
Okay.
21 on that sleight of hand, hiding the thing.
I will roll something, but that's almost certainly hidden. Just give me one sec.
I've already closed your eyes just in case.
I have to roll a natural 20. No. You're fairly confident that the Codex fragment is hidden?
I don't. With
I think we
things
need to restrain
being a
Cog.
little bit sus, I'm
Right.
going to just stay near the lever and not let anyone progress closer to the drop all the worms stuff.
Yep. No, sensible. Sensible.
Um,
Walk away.
Approach Cog and draw a weapon.
yeah.
Cog,
There is no need for that.
to go after Cog.
Sure.
Tell us. I'm a very intimidating gnome. Don't
Roll
You
me an
claim
are
it.
intimidation
very
check.
intimidating.
Roll me an intimidation check with advantage, actually.
That's a 14. Scary.
18.
My blood's up.
With an 18, this gnome, this tiny gnome, like approaches this giant mechanical warforged, and the warforged just breaks down and says, I thought I would lose my job, and I thought the worm man, very convincing. He said best thing was to make everyone worms, then we all equal. I may have
Cog.
had hallucination.
Cog, what have you done?
And you can see he just like
Terrible.
slumps forward. And says,
Bad
I loaded
Cog.
barrels onto the ship. He said it would be for the greater good. The cycle must renew.
The cycle must renew.
That's not
What
good.
else know about these people? Where did they
Who
come
is
from?
he?
What do they want?
I'll say we've got 10 minutes left, so just think about what you guys want to explore in the next 10 minutes. He says, the 4 heralds of the Hollow Eye, Dern said they would reset everything, make the world right, that the broken world needs to be renewed. The Hollow Eye has, and he sort of stutters and then breaks out of it. The lens has 7 keys. The Hollow Eye opens and gazes down upon us. And you can see he's sort of like, something's going wrong in his programming, or his mind is starting to deteriorate and unravel before you as you watch. And you sense that something's going to go very wrong with him in a few minutes.
Van Helsing shouts, what are the 7 keys? Where do we find them?
And with that, the matriarch actually looks up and she says, 7 keys. That's interesting. And she sort of clicks her hands, and Libra Halo drops the margarita second round she's brought, and she like runs up the stairs to grab something for the matriarch. And Cog is like unraveling before you and sort of just says, 7 keys, 7 keys, 7 keys, 7 keys. You do hear the word. You do hear the word Mithranor, but then he's just lost it. He's just regurgitating random words. Mithranor, M-Y-T-H space D-R-A-N-N-O-R.
You said 4 pillars. What do you mean 4 pillars? Who are the 4 pillars?
And he looks up, and you can see almost, again, mechanical being, but something like fear in his eyes. And he says, the 4 heralds of the Hollow Eye, they come first, clear the way. And he sort of reaches into his databanks, and something, one second. And he says the following. The 4 heralds, the Deceiver, the Lord of Rot, the Devourer of Endings, and the Lord of Renewal, the 4 heralds of the Hollow Eye.
That was not helpful, but thank you. Well,
I think we met
sh-
the
sh-
Lord of Rot.
surely,
Yeah,
surely
that's
that
what
guy
he
was the Lord of Rot, right?
He said he was, I think. Yeah.
I mean, he kept talking about composting us. Compost is just rot, right?
Yeah. Sorry, DM. What was that name he called me? Or he said to me?
when he saw you and saw the sword, he mentioned Phoenixia, which was the ancient civilization that sort of crafted the
Okay.
Worm Slayer blade you have. So
Okay,
when you were in the
cool.
Hollow Desert, the sort of burned out civilization.
Okay. Thank you for that clarification. I was freaking out.
That's all right.
Okay.
As you do that, the Libra Halo comes back down and has like an old tome, like an old family. It's like in the old days, people would keep their family genealogy and records in the back of a Bible or some sort of religious document or a family tome. And she has the genealogy of the Lyrandar family, and she hands it to the Matriarch, and the Matriarch sort of flicks it to a certain page, and she opens a segment of text, and she just runs a hand down it and finds a couple of lines, and she's muttering under her breath, 7 keys, the hollow eye, 7 keys. And she sort of focuses in on one paragraph, and she reads out loud, the key of memory. The proud old stone remembers all the living have forgot. And once it knew your face and named you false upon the spot. Return to where you reached before and end what was begun. The lock recalls the hand it spurned and waits for the same one. And I'll pop that in chat so you don't have to write that all down, but I'll pop that in chat.
Thank you.
And she says, I think we have some things to discuss that are a bit bigger than my fashion show, and I don't say that lightly.
I mean, it's been a great show so far. I'm
It's
sorry we
indeed.
ruined it.
It really has, hasn't it? I mean,
The bows
Come.
everywhere. Oh my god. Yeah.
I'll
I'm
be
sorry. I'm
close
a bit of an
shortly.
emotional drunk.
I know I've dumped a lot on you guys. Is there anything you want to do or sort of flag before we do close?
I have to process. I don't know.
I think the last thing I just wanted to double check before, make sure it's definitely cleared. Horseman dude that got the weird wound. It's not looking any bad. Basically, I wanted to bribe that wound with my sword to make sure it's not a worm infestation.
Yeah, Greta, you're actually.
Once
Adequate
she's
plan-
done that, I'll crawl over and cast Healing Word on him as well.
Sure. At a quick glance, you don't think this is a worm wound per se. There is rot and there is breakdown, but it's not worms doing it. It seems on almost a microbial level of rot.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. I just make sure he's all good, cleaned up properly, not a risk. We don't need another patient 0. Thank you very much.
I'll cast Healing Word on him as well.
Yeah.
That's 10 to him.
With 10, you see the wounds do close up further. You get the sense that it was only about half as effective as it should have been, though.
Yeah, normally I'm a lot better at that. I don't know if it's me and the 7 margaritas that I've had, or if it's the wound. I'm normally a lot better than that.
Pan, Van Helsing, is there anything you would like to do before we bring this to a close?
I might just pull out the worm in the glass just quickly and have a look and say, anything to say about all that?
And the worm just looks up at you and smiles and says, why are you keeping me around, buddy?
The game's afoot, and I feel like you know more than you've told me. So you and I are going to have to be friends.
And he says, right now I'm a tiny worm in this glass case. And you got to think to yourself, how do you know you're not a tiny little thing in someone else's container?
Existential crisis.
But this will be
well,
fun. And thank you for the top hat.
I think it will. I put him back in my pocket.
Okay. Van Helsing, is there anything you would like to do?
No.
No.
Van Helsing is just having another drink.
Okay. All right. And with that, with the Matriarch spreading her family tome across the floor, comparing it to the Codex fragment. With the worm gas still in the hold and a party raging upstairs, we will bring this episode to a close, and we will return next time for another case conference.
Yay!